literally did not say a word to me for 6 months.
Well, it was
pretty impressive, more than anything, honestly. Right.
Yeah.
So here's my space opera. Like, you guys
Right.
are gonna love it. I promise.
Right.
Just give it a shot.
Don't worry about it. It's 3 hours long.
It's so good, though.
Some of it's in French.
Music is one of the few things that even exists. You don't have someone like, look, hey, I rewrote Cujo by Stephen King, except
Right.
it's like I rewrote it.
I put my spin on
Exactly.
Hi, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of This, That, and the Third, where we talk about this and that. And my name is Tercero Muñoz. My guest today is Blake Anglin. How are you doing today, Blake?
I am doing great. How are you, buddy?
Doing great, man. Thank you for joining me today.
My pleasure.
So, for most people that don't know, Blake Anglin and I go way, way back.
Way back.
We were actually roommates in college, and then a little bit after I dropped out of college. And then I don't guess I ever actually lived in the other trailer in Koala, but I hung out there a lot.
I couldn't tell you who actually lived there, to be honest with you. There's a lot of folks in and out, but you were around.
Yeah,
certainly. We did live together though, formally before that. But that was a party house.
It was
good times,
indeed.
Good times.
Blake is actually a local musician here in Arkansas. Mostly you play around Monticello, right?
Yeah, sure. I mean, all around.
But you're playing here tonight.
Here in Hot Springs today. I was in Little Rock last weekend.
Okay.
I'll be in Bastrop, Louisiana next weekend.
Oh, so you've been
bouncing around, man.
You're regional.
Yeah, we're getting there. I think it's been growing, which is nice. It's always cool to find new venues and stuff. People that'll have me.
Yeah.
So it's been cool. It's really been a fun journey, honestly. Like just learning. You know, like I've played music for a while.
Yeah.
But like only fairly recently have I been, whatever it was, professionally, whatever you want to call it, getting paid,
gigging,
like,
gigging.
Yeah. So it's really been a fun challenge, honestly, and I feel like I've really taken to it. God, man, you can practice all you want. You know this as a musician, but like it's just being out there like live and performing, especially on any sort of regular schedule, you just grow as a musician so much more. It's been fun, really challenging myself, and I feel like growing as a musician specifically.
Yeah. Well, from when I first saw you pick up a guitar.
Yeah, you were there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You've matured eons from where you were then.
Thank you, man.
You know what I mean?
I started pretty late. Yeah. Gosh, I was 23, 22, 23.
Most of our group plays music.
That's one thing that drew me to like you guys.
Yeah.
You're all very artistic, you know, and like when I moved to Monticello in 2004, I felt like I struggled to find my place. Like I didn't really feel like I found my place until I met like you specifically in that whole group.
Right.
And I still my friends to this day.
To this day, yeah.
You know, for sure. People that weren't afraid to express themselves artistically and weren't afraid to be themselves, because I was always just afraid to be myself.
Yeah.
Especially around that like initial group.
I remember when you first joined the friend group, it was you fit right in. It was like you'd been there the whole time.
That's how it felt to me too.
You know? Mm-hmm. Like, and you know, we were pretty tight knit. From most of us knew each other from like high school and stuff.
Absolutely.
And you just kind of just, hi guys, it's me. And we're just like, oh, hey.
For sure. A lot of credit to you guys for welcoming me in, but it did feel just like a good fit for sure. Like I never felt ostracized, and you guys welcomed me in with open arms, and like that meant a lot to me then, still does now.
Yeah. No, and it's become a family, man. You know, like
absolutely.
I think the biggest thing about our family is that, you know, we've all had our struggles, right? Even me and you, we've had our disagreements and stuff, but at the end of the day, we all kind of come together when it's necessary, you know.
Yeah, of course, you'll remember early on, I called you and told you that your girlfriend at the time had ran someone over in a car.
Yeah, I do remember that.
That was a joke. That didn't happen.
That did not happen.
And you did not speak a word to me.
I freaked out.
For a solid 6 months. We worked together.
Yeah.
We
went to work every day together.
Every day. And this is not, literally did not say a word to me for 6 months.
Well, it was
pretty impressive more than anything, honestly.
But I think overall, our group in Monticello, man, it's hard to find people like that.
I mean, obviously, you know, in this day and age, like at our age, it's tougher to find friends. It's not impossible, but that it just, I feel like it really is special. Like I'm sure everyone says that about the friends that are youth. Yeah. Like that, it really was like a time, you know, and just a vibe.
Yeah.
Just a vibe, man. And it's something that look back very fondly and think about all the time.
Me too.
And again, still my friends to this day.
At Tuna's funeral, when I was seeing everyone again, it was like a bittersweet situation. You know, like I would love to have seen everybody else on a different, because of a different reason,
sure.
You know, but it did feel good to like have everyone in the same room again.
It very much was, and especially I think about when we all came back to my house after the the viewing, and it just felt like old times. Like obviously tinged with sadness. Our friend Tuna passed away, so that's obviously brutal.
Rest in peace, Tuna. We love you.
Yeah, I mean, that was our guy, obviously, but that was our homie. There was just
I know you and him were really close.
That was my guy for sure. I talked to him maybe more than anyone, just in terms of friends, because he called me, and you don't. I mean, it's easy to take that stuff for granted. People who reach out to you, but
no, he was a good dude, man. I knew Tuna before you came into the friend group, and so we got real close whenever we were younger. He was the kid that always let people stay the night at his house when they had nowhere to go, or when they got kicked out, or when they were just doing bad, He was always that kind of shelter. Like everyone knew if you had nowhere else to go, you always could crash onto his floor.
Just the kind of guy he was.
Yeah. And how you been doing, man?
Honestly, man, I've been great. Like I feel like really, truly, and honestly, like I'm happy, very happy. I feel professionally fulfilled, which is nice. I have a good job. In my day job, I work for a company called Phoenix. We sell flashlights. I've been with them for 15 years.
Yeah, you've been slinging flashlights for a minute.
Man, and I really do love it there. I work with a great crew, great people. It's nice because I feel like when I started playing music, at least like gigging,
a
couple 3 or 4 years ago, we had a band for a little while, and that was really fun. Right before COVID, so. For like, I don't know, like late 2018, we probably started playing music with a band.
Yeah, it's like you and Worm and
me,
who else?
Worm, Tyler Chambers,
right,
and Chobe,
yeah, Cody Eason on bass. Shout out Cody Eason on bass.
Chobe, my boy. In terms of like a local band, it felt like we were like doing things. Like we were really out there. We had like 5 or 6 originals, and I was like, man, this is it. It's what I've always wanted.
Right.
COVID came and sort of shut it down, and that was really hard for me. So I was like, like I miss it.
Yeah.
Go play music. And when I first started, like I felt like I put a lot of pressure on myself because I want to do like original music.
Yeah.
And that sort of thing. And
well, everyone does. When you like you want to get your message out there.
Absolutely.
But it's hard to get paid doing that.
Very hard.
You really can't. It's hard to get booked at all if you're like, I don't do covers.
Right.
Yeah.
Here's my space opera. Like you guys are gonna love it. I promise. Just give it a shot.
Don't worry about it. It's 3 hours long.
It's so good.
Some of it's in French.
I don't do music. I do soundscapes. Get it right.
Right.
So as I've started doing it by myself, like I feel like I have moved on to other artistic endeavors. Like I've been working on, just for instance, lately I've been working like making my own video game, which I'm really enjoying. Awesome process. And
video games has always been a huge thing
passion
for you.
Of mine. Yeah, that's what I want to do for a living for a long time. Like write, and I did a lot of that. And
you did write. You wrote for a couple video game magazines.
I did. Yeah.
Are you still doing it?
No, not anymore. I haven't written for them in a while. I write. I do keep myself busy writing. I do short stories and that sort of thing. Again, working on my game over the last year. I finished my first draft of a novel a couple years back. So I found that by taking the pressure off because I feel like we're both very creative, and like that creative process is so important.
Yes.
To the life. Like if I don't have a creative outlet, it can be
devastating to your mental health. Yeah.
Right. Not good.
For sure.
So when I started sort of embracing this idea of like not embarrassed isn't the right word, but like just being like, look, I go play covers on the weekends, and that's what I do, and like I don't. That's fine, and I can.
It took me a really long time to accept that, dude.
Yeah, it feels like there's a bit of a stigma. I don't know if that's the right word or not, but like I just basically just stopped caring. Like if someone was going to look down at me, whatever.
Who cares?
I don't care.
Yeah,
I'm having fun.
Yeah, as long as you're not looking down on yourself, because dude, for years, I just refused. I was like, no, I'm not going to do covers. It's not right. I'm just not gonna.
Yes.
And then like after, eventually you're like, some covers are fun. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And I can still, I feel like put my own creative spin on it.
Yeah.
Without putting that pressure of like, I need to create to be taken seriously as a musician.
Yeah.
Because that's just not important to me anymore.
It's like, that's actually way easier.
So much easier.
To like, here's a song. I didn't write it. Hope you like it.
Yeah.
And having everyone sing along and just have a good time. I'm not there to give them an existential like epiphany.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They want to go hear some songs they
recognize.
Bob their heads along while they're eating dinner.
Well, exactly.
Like,
have a few beers and like call it a day.
Which is awesome.
Yeah.
And I get it. Like,
And there's nothing to be ashamed about that.
100%.
I wonder why. Why do you think for so long we were like, I refuse to play covers?
Oh gosh. Like when you think about the guy that's going to bust out his guitar to party or whatever. Like,
anyway, here's Wonderwall.
Exactly. Exactly. And like, no one wants to be that guy.
Yeah.
Like lacking self-awareness,
Right.
But like, I think it works both ways a little bit. Like the self-awareness to be like, all right, I'm not the most important person in the world.
Right.
People aren't coming to a random bar to see me play.
Right.
They're going to, they're going for other reasons. If I happen to be there, that's great. So really, ego, I think is really what it comes down to.
I think so too, man.
Like it's ego. Like,
it's just pride. And for the longest time, cover artist was like a dirty word. You know what I'm saying?
Agreed.
Like, oh, you don't have the creativity to do originals. Like, you don't have the talent. It almost seems like subpar. What's crazy is some of the people that I know that are cover artists are probably the most talented that I know.
Right. Yes.
Yeah. And once you remove that stigma, let's say your goal is to get your original music out there, right? One of the best ways is to get attention with covers.
Absolutely.
You're like, hey, you like what I do? Check this out.
Yeah.
That it leads them into
you see it a lot.
Right.
Like, that a really good cover can go viral and brings it in.
And then you have the attention that you want to do your own stuff. So.
It's interesting too, because if you think about it, music is one of the few things that even exists. You don't have someone like, look, hey, I rewrote Cujo by Stephen King, except it's like I rewrote it.
I put my spin on
exactly.
it. Exactly. In the middle of it, the dog doesn't die.
Exactly. Well, that's weird. Yeah. Like, or like this idea that like your art is very personal, of course, to anyone.
Yeah.
So I don't think there's many mediums that like it's okay to just redo someone else's art. And you're not presenting it as your own, but you are repackaging it and putting it out for consumption.
Yeah.
So that's I get that's like a unique thing, in terms of artistic endeavors.
Yes.
But that's the beauty of music. Like like everyone can relate to it in their own way.
Yeah.
Which is of course what drew me to music. Like I don't know where it came from, where I heard it, but it's just some great quote, that like if we decorate space with art, we decorate time
with music. Yeah, I've always loved that quote.
Great, because it's so accurate,
so
true. Yeah. Look, if anyone can come out to a bar and if they're just bob their head, like I'm improving these people's experience, however minor,
right? And
I'm having fun at the time. Like, what
just making their day a little bit better.
Really to be like that's something you should embrace.
Yeah, and it's so much easier to get paid for to do
so
it.
Much easier.
So let's talk about your set a little bit.
Yeah.
Do you do any originals, or is it mostly covers now?
Mostly covers. Like I do have some, especially the ones we wrote with the band. It's just so much easier to just present myself as a cover artist. Yeah. And I have broke out a couple, but I don't generally know.
Yeah.
And it's just,
I know a lot of cover artists that'll just like throw in an original.
I've done it before, for sure.
Yeah.
But then, once I just got away from that idea of like that I really wanted to focus on originals, you start practicing them, whatever.
Yeah, right.
It's just not.
And then it becomes an adventure of finding the most fun cover.
Yeah. For sure. Yeah. And my set of covers has really grown.
Yeah.
Like I have a master list of like 80 or 90 songs now.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome, dude.
It is cool. Like, and I sort of take pleasure in that, like learning new stuff and
tweaking it a little bit.
Because you want to keep the spirit of the song, obviously, but changing it up a little bit and that sort of thing. So you do have some creative freedoms.
Yes, I agree. Yeah, I think you have all the creative freedom. To me, a great cover does not sound exactly like the original.
100%.
If you are trying to just sound like the original song, you did a bad job at covering.
Agreed.
If you don't put your own like spin and soul on it, like slow down the timing, throw in a couple extra notes here, maybe even change a lyric or two.
Sure.
Just to like make it more personal, like you said.
100% agree.
That's a great cover. A great cover is where the spirit of the original song shines through enough, but it's a new experience. You know what I mean?
Perfect way to put it. Yeah. I 100% agree. And it's so I tell you, I tell people this. One of my favorite compliments to get is like, of course, everyone wants to hear like, "Hey man, you sound great," like that sort of thing. It's good. But I get told a lot, especially I feel like by the people that work there, they're listening because they see a bunch of people come in and out. And, they're like, "Man, I really like your song choices." Right. That means more to me than even like, "Hey, you sound good," which I appreciate, of course.
Because they're saying not only do you sound good, but you also have great taste.
Great taste, right. And I do take a bit of pride in like presenting something different. Obviously, we're in the South. There's a lot of country music, Southern rock, which I raised on. I love too, but like it's, I would say important to me. And like I do like this idea that I feel like I play a lot of stuff that you're probably not going to hear from your typical Southern Arkansas like cover artist.
Yeah, like Tennessee Whiskey, all the regular all the regulars,
right,
but we've heard them all,
right. And then I'll play I like to reach back a little bit, so I do like there's this great song, one of my favorites is "Your Love" by The Outfield. It's like a old classic song, like that's like some of the 80s music,
it's a little throwback.
Or even like just some more modern, like obviously I was a big fan of like that 2000s rock era, which sort of formed. So like when I came, from high school here, it was Hoxie, shout out. I moved away, and like I was just very much finding myself.
Right.
My dad was a country musician.
Right.
So I was just sort of raised on this like Leonard Skinner type music, which I still love to this day, for sure. But like meeting like you guys, for instance, and really opening my mind to like different types of music was huge for me. And
we definitely had a very eclectic taste, especially for a town in Southern Arkansas. You know what I mean?
Right. Like one of my all-time favorite bands now, The Used, a band. You guys introduced those to me. And like that's the type of music I just never would have found if I'd have stayed in like Hoxie.
Right.
It's not what people are, I was like, I was listening to like, Sublime. It was like one of my favorite bands coming out of high school, like that, that sort of like pop rock, popular rock, but like some of the other genres that I had never heard of, and really like, man, discovering what I liked as opposed to just what I'd been
exposed to.
Yeah. So that was just so huge for me and just ignited my love of music. Obviously inspired me to pick up a guitar, even though my dad was a musician. Like I just never thought that I had the skill or talent, and I've learned more and more that I'm not even sure talent exists. And I mean that, like it's
dude, the older I get, the more I believe that it's just practice, dedication,
like time and willpower is all talent is. Like you may have an aptitude for certain things or whatever, but like this idea that, I don't know, man, I really like people can do anything.
I agree.
If you set your mind to it, you can. So like,
as cliche as that sounds,
it's true. I think it really is true.
I try to drive that home with the girls, and I think they're starting to see it because Jay got accepted to sing at Carnegie Hall in New York.
Super cool.
Yeah, no, super dope, right? And when you're practicing, when you're in the grind, you don't realize how good you're getting, right?
That's
because you're just usually focused on how you're messing up, right?
Absolutely.
That's what practicing
No one's harder on themselves than like a creative.
Right, exactly. So Jay's been, like really tough on herself for the last couple of years about her singing and her like, even like outside of singing, just being more responsible. She's like choir president. So she's been taking on a lot of responsibility.
Yeah.
And it's crazy how she was like, 2 years ago, I never would have thought that I would be going to New York to sing at Carnegie Hall, and I was like, remember when I told you that just, practicing and it's boring, right? Practicing, getting everything right, doing it the same iteration, the same reps or whatever over and over and over again. It's boring until you realize, oh shit, I'm good at this.
It's leading
now.
Somewhere.
Yeah.
And it's frustrating, of course, because every musician starting out like faces this like, you'll hit a lull, like or creative, even, like where like things aren't happening as fast as you want them to,
right? And
you're just like, it's never going to work out, and a lot of people give up,
or you even feel like regression.
Yes,
that's one of the most discouraging things where you're like you're getting good, and then you like go again, and you're like, wow, why do I suddenly suck again?
It sucks.
Yeah,
the journey is never linear.
Yeah,
like
for sure.
That's always one of my biggest things I tell people. Like in anything, it's like you expect to slip in regression, but like that willpower, the great ones, they power
keep
through, man.
Pushing through,
they keep going, and that's truly all it is. Like persistence is the biggest skill.
So what would you say your top favorite 3 songs to play would be? Like what are the bangers? The ones that you're like excited to play, top 3.
That's a good question. I really like playing She Talks to Angels by the Black Crowes. It's one of my favorites.
That's a great song.
Great song.
Yeah.
I've really
The Black Crowes are fire anyway. Anything they do is awesome.
Dude, so good. I saw them live in Memphis a few years back and just blew my mind.
That's awesome.
How much energy.
They're still touring?
This was I don't know, 10 years ago probably.
Oh, okay.
But I just remember like and they were of course they're a bit older at that point, but man, they just absolutely
still killing it.
And I've as I've grown and like can play songs that aren't just like 4-chord progressions,
right.
So like getting into those sort of like riff based that really push you in terms of like you're playing some weird stuff and you're singing at the same time, and it's
because it's just you, right? It's just you just do. Okay, so yeah, playing and singing, a lot of it looks easy, but bro, it is not.
It's hard.
It's one of the hardest things. In my opinion, because I play a couple different instruments, barely, right?
Sure, same.
I'm okay at like a few different things.
I can hop on a drum set and keep a 4/4
right,
for someone.
Me too. Exactly.
You know what I mean? Or
I can
bass.
slap a little bass. You know what I'm saying? But
you can be a really good guitarist and a really good singer, and
it's hard.
No bearing necessarily.
It's hard, bro. But from what I've seen, you've kind of mastered it, man.
Well, I'm still learning. Of course, I feel like every time I step out there, I feel like I get a little better. Yeah. But I have reached a spot where I feel like I'm pretty comfortable. I used to I would say nerves have never been a huge problem for me.
Yeah.
Thankfully. But like, definitely like second guessing yourself, of course, especially when you first start out.
Yeah.
One of the biggest things for me was learning how to use the mic as an instrument.
Yes.
That's just something you don't think about.
That takes a while, bro. And that's something no one tells you, right?
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
That was the biggest hurdle, I think, for me, like learning how to do this. It really is, man. Like,
because you can have a great voice if you don't know how to work that mic.
It's gonna sound
like shit. Yeah, for
it's
sure.
True, dude. It really even the slightest things, like learning to manipulate your distance from it, like your puss and your bus, right? Like they'll really pound out there if you don't, learn how to work your way through it.
Learning the levels, all that, and even the type of mic sometimes matters.
It's true. Yeah, and it learning how to use it to enhance myself, like so I don't. One of my biggest problems when I first started singing was like I felt like I had to do all my pushing just vocally,
right?
Instead of like letting the mic do some of that.
It to work. Yeah,
that's what it does. It amplifies your sound, asshole. Learn how to trust it. So like that was a really big deal for me. And I just felt like I just started going from leaps and bounds, which I was like, all right, well, like these are the elements I have. I have a guitar, I have a mic.
Right.
Learn how to use them to my benefit.
And no one thinks about that, like the mic as an instrument.
You just think about it like it's just carrying your voice out to the crowd. Yeah. But like it is an instrument that you need to learn and practice.
One that also takes practice.
For sure. So that was a really big one. And you're right. No one mentions that. No one says anything. But because I remember like the first time I ever played, I think like live, whatever, it's like back at the river, a bar in Monticello. It's closed down now. But we used to, and a buddy of ours, Nate Howe, was a musician. He played, and he was like, man, can I play a couple songs? And I was just like so embarrassed after I did a couple songs. I was like, wow, like I just was not ready for that. Even though like if you'd like I was sitting around a bonfire,
right?
Totally comfortable, fine.
Totally fine.
But like, man, just a different ball game.
Yeah.
So mastering those elements or at least learning them, certainly I don't have them mastered, went a long way. Yeah. So I'm in a much better spot now.
One thing I never, like kind of like the mic thing, one thing that people never tell you is also the acoustics of the room.
Big time.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It can throw your entire vibe off.
Totally true.
So the first time I really learned this is we were doing a battle of the bands at UAM, actually, and it was such a big room. I'd never done a room that big before. And I could hear the echo of myself bouncing back off the stage and off the amps, and it fucked me up, bro. It fucked me up entirely. Like I forgot my lyrics.
Yes,
it was bad.
That's another thing, right? Like just keeping your composure.
Yes.
Up there, it can be a challenge,
right?
Especially if the first time you get out and there's a big crowd,
right? A big crowd drinking. You know what I mean?
For sure.
So you never know what's happening. Sometimes some shit gets rowdy, and suddenly you're just like,
You got to do it. The show must go on.
Yeah, right. You're just like, anyway, here's Wonderwall.
It's just true. And like, even the equipment. Like, I had no knowledge really of like musical equipment.
Yeah.
Like what I need to get this started, and familiarizing them. It all ties back into each other.
Yes.
The more comfortable you are with any individual element, like the more comfortable you'll be as a whole. And like, but finding those elements, man, was a tough journey.
Find the sweet spot for sure.
Yeah, for sure. Just like learning. Of course, like I like to learn,
Yeah.
I've always been that way. So like that, it's a fun, you view it as a fun challenge instead of something like
stressful.
dread.
Yeah.
Right.
Right. Because music is supposed to be enjoyable anyway for not only the listener, but also the maker.
For sure.
Right.
Like the day you're not, like, of course there's days, you wake up on a Saturday, like, I just don't feel like it, but like, whatever, I have a show booked. Like, that's fine. Everyone feels that way.
Yeah.
But like, if you're not taking joy in it,
yeah.
Well, I mean,
at that point, what are you doing?
Yeah, because you can't fool the audience, man. I think that's true. Like to a certain extent, maybe, but like they're gonna know if you're not
feeling it,
if you're not feeling it, if you're not happy. Like even if it's just covers, like anything artistic, like you can't fool them for long. I feel like, and that's
absolutely
something to learn.
All right, so you told us you're number one.
Yeah.
Number 2 and 3.
Oh man. So it's a good question. I think Gray Street by the Dave Matthews Band.
I figured there was a Dave Matthews one in there.
I do love Dave, and he's so eclectic in like his, again, you're not just playing a 4-chord structure. It's so different and like off. I would say that particular song was just one of the bigger challenges in terms of like what you're doing on guitar and vocally just have nothing to do with each other.
Yeah.
So
it's like using 2 parts of your brain.
Yes, very much so. Yeah,
the pat rub.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it was a fun challenge, and now it's just become one of my favorites.
I've noticed when the song is harder to learn, once you learn it, it's way more satisfying.
Big
time. Like you can learn an easy 4-chord song, no problem. You're like, okay, cool, I learned it, big deal, move on.
Yes.
But when you're like stuck on a song, you're like, oh, this sucks.
Really?
And then when you finally get that breakthrough, and you're like, oh, I got it.
Feels awesome.
Best feeling in the world.
It truly, truly is. Like I don't know, man. Like it's important to challenge yourself.
Yeah.
Like even in something like this, but through general, man. Like if you don't use it, you lose it, and that's true for like anything. Your creative process is a muscle. And that can manifest in many different ways, but pushing yourself to learn a challenging song is one of the gazillion ways that could play out, and is very satisfying.
Yeah.
It's probably the song I've played the most in my life, but it still never gets old to me. Is "Semi-Charmed Life" by Third Eye Blind.
Nice.
Like that was like one of the first I learned on guitar. It's like if I'm gonna,
I remember you learning this song.
Of course, banger, people know it.
It's a great sing-along song.
It is.
I might throw that in my set, man. Honestly, I might do just because it's such a recognizable tune.
Like it's always fun too. Like because a lot of people, they get the upbeatness of it, but they may not necessarily understand the lyrics. And you can almost see sometimes when they're like listening to what I'm saying, like
Right, because when you're listening to it live, it's different than when you listen to it on the radio.
Yeah.
Like you actually hear the words.
Right, because you've heard the same version of it on the radio a gazillion times, but even just, me is just slightly different. Like you're sort of...
You tend to pay attention a little more.
Pay attention or whatever. So that one still never gets old. It's probably like if I'm going to get a request, like from people who know me.
Right.
Like that's probably going to be one of them.
Are you going to play it tonight?
Yeah, it's on the set.
For sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Of course it is.
Yeah. It's usually that...
the closer?
Yeah, I'll either close with that or like the Bartender song, just because it's super popular.
Gotta have it.
Or like Good Riddance by Green Day.
Yeah.
Just good vibes. We're shutting
it's a good down. Yeah, it's a good go home song.
Good go home song, folks. We're done here.
For sure.
Yeah. So I do take pleasure in all of them. I honestly like, it comes back to what I was saying earlier, like when I get those compliments of like, when I talk to a lot of other musicians who play, like a lot of them, I hear the same thing a lot. They're like, oh man, like, well, I put these songs on my set because that's what the people want to hear or whatever. Like, you cannot predict what people want to hear. So
every crowd is different. Even if you go to the same bar, the same, Saturday night, you're gonna have a different crowd. Yeah,
exactly. So like that's a fool's errand.
Yeah,
and like B again, like they know if you're not taking pleasure in it. So like you might as well just play
do
things
something that you like. Yeah,
because that's what real art. Man, I think when I think of like not even just music, books, movies, whatever. Like
painting, whatever.
Yeah, right. The stuff that really resonates with me. Is like when you can tell it's like a labor of love from the artist.
Yes.
Like I mean,
they put a little piece of their soul into it.
Exactly. Correct. And like they may seem very much off the wall, when it's made, but like that's the beauty of art. Like you're creating something that's never been made before.
Right.
So like you don't know how it's going to hit. That's scary, but like you just do your best and you put it out there. And people are going to resonate more with a song that may not be perfect, but like I'm feeling it, than like some pitch perfect rendition of Sweet Home Alabama,
right,
or whatever,
Right, exactly. So, because at that point, you might as well just play the fucking song.
Jukebox, man.
Yeah, throw it on there. Yeah.
So, like,
it's all about the experience.
People, even if they don't recognize, even if they don't know it, like on a subconscious level, people pick up on that.
Yeah,
I think.
I agree 100%. Because I've been there. I've been at a bar and seeing the entertainment, and they're just playing through
Going through the
man.
motions.
Like just, and you can just tell they're just trying to get through the set.
Yeah.
And you're like, well, now I want you to get through the set.
Right.
Because, like.
Very important for me not to do that. Like I take joy. Like I'm not faking it. Like I have a great time.
Yeah.
I've always been a social guy. So that part's easy for
sure.
me. Like thankfully, like, I played in bands, like God bless him, Jeremy Worm. Yeah. That's my boy. I love him to death. But like he would struggle with nerves, just as, for instance. Like watching that, I'm like, God bless him. Glad that's I don't have to go through that. He's back there puking
freaking
before
out,
shows and stuff. Like so because it is scary.
Yes,
especially when you
it's
start.
Terrifying,
and that's like gives you a respect for anyone who puts a piece of themselves out there.
Yeah,
like a lot. They may seem like they have it put together when you're watching them, but like you just don't know how many hours upon hours of training and practice and preparation, like even just a 2-hour set of cover songs.
Right. Yeah.
A lot of work
goes into it. Yeah.
So
for sure.
Like even the people who are doing more, like respect, man, because it's not an easy thing to put yourself out there in any capacity.
Speaking of nerves, what would you say your biggest fear on stage would be? So like, we talked about how you don't really deal with stage fright too much, but there's got to be like one thing. I'll tell you mine.
Yeah, because I got an anecdote I'm going to tell, and I'll think about it, but I'm curious what you've got here.
So one of my biggest fears was always throwing up on stage.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but like I'm always afraid that I'm just going to go up there and be like, bleh,
Sure,
and, yeah. And I've always had this like kind of ritual before I go on stage. Like if there's a band playing before me, I'll go like find somewhere semi-quiet. Usually in a venue, there's not very quiet places. But like if there's a green room or something, I'll just go lay down for a second, about 15 minutes, and just kind of meditate.
Sort of center yourself.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Kind of let it sink in, absorb all the noises and the sounds and smells and whatever. Mm-hmm. And then for me, right before I go on stage is when the nerves hit the most. Like that's when the butterflies, right?
Okay.
But the moment I step on stage, melts away.
For sure.
It's just completely gone.
Yes.
And then I don't even realize where I'm at, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Like
that's true.
Yeah. Once.
Yeah. I think most performers would probably say something similar, but I 100% agree.
Yeah. So that's probably my biggest fear is, I've always been afraid to just like be in the middle of like a note and just
blah. Yeah. Fair. So just a quick, when we had the band, oh my God, we were in Monroe, Louisiana, and
nice.
There's I will drink a couple beers before my show. Like I've never been a big like getting totally drunk anyway.
Right.
Like if we're partying, obviously I've been very drunk before, but like especially like just in general.
The Four Loco night. That's a whole nother episode.
Night, yeah, I did.
That's another episode.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So but whatever. But like I don't like I will smoke like marijuana medicinally.
Yeah.
Like in my regular life, I smoke it. Just, whatever.
Same.
Yeah. But I don't smoke on show days anymore because we had the band and the way we performed is we would split up our sets. So like I would sing and play guitar for half the set and move to drums, and me and Jeremy would swap.
Cool. I love bands that do that.
Yeah, it was super fun.
Yeah.
I loved it, man. It was so cool. But we were in Monroe, Louisiana, playing a bar, and like right before going on, we step out, smoke.
Yeah.
and I got hit with the worst
got the
panic
itis.
attack.
We got the itis.
My
No.
God, dude. Like we stepped back in, I was like,
I can't
was
fucking
so
do this.
acutely aware of everything. I was like, guys, I can't do it.
I can't do it.
Yeah, they're like, what do you mean? I was like, I can't fucking do it. So like, thankfully, because of our setup, I was like, dude, I can play drums. Like I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, give me that barrier
Get
protection.
me in the back. We'll swap the setup. Play. It was cripplingly bad. Like so, like I've never ever smoked on show day after that. That was like 7 years ago. But to your question, I think it's because I'm like a meticulous preparer,
right?
Like always have been, and that of course extends to my music. So like it's the stuff that's out of my control, like an equipment failure.
Yes.
Like I broke a string on stage. That's fine.
No big deal.
Whatever.
Yeah.
You know, but like, like if like my main speak, like something I can't fix.
Control.
In the moment. Like,
exactly.
So that.
Yeah. Something that just shuts down your show entirely.
Yes. For sure.
Which does happen, bro. I mean.
Oh yeah. Again, out of your control sometimes.
Yeah.
Like I try to keep backups of everything, but like, you know, like we're on a budget here. Like most stuff, but like my main speaker, like if that goes out, like I'm probably in trouble.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Right. So like I think about that, and like oddly, like I've always been worried that my damn guitar strap is gonna fall off one day. And,
dude,
like,
that's totally legit. That's a viable fear, bro.
Because you know, like,
because then you're just screwed.
You're screwed. There's nothing you can do about it. And it drives me crazy. I see musicians do this sometimes on stage. It kills me, man. Where like they may take a request, do something, whatever. They're playing a song they're clearly not prepared to play.
Yeah.
And like they may play like the first verse and then just like stop. Oh, I can't do it. Whatever. And like, no, I respect the attempt, but like it's important to me to come off as polished.
Yes.
Like
I would rather you be like, no, I don't know how to play that song.
Exactly. Yeah. Like I don't know, you know, like it's very important to me, like that these people like know that I take this seriously. I'm not just up here riffing.
Right.
Like I
even though you are riffing.
I am riffing, but yes. Like you, ostensibly someone is paying me money to come do this.
Exactly.
Like, it's very important for me to be like professional. And of course,
taking pride in your work. Yeah,
absolutely. Like, and I just, you know, like that's, so I just cringe a little bit, like when I see other musicians that clearly aren't like maybe taking it seriously, or just do it, whatever. Like, not
they just don't care enough.
Stand anything for sure. Just get there to get a check or whatever. Like again, you just can't fool these people, man. Like they can tell when you're BSing them
for sure.
So
speaking of equipment failures, so what? It's funny because my very first show I ever played ever. I was 15 years old. It was at a Mormon church, and there were probably about 300 people in the crowd. First show, right? And we did Green Day covers and Blink-182 covers. And the first thing that happened was my guitar. So I had like $100 little Gibson, you know, Epiphone, whatever.
Yeah.
And my guitar, when I went to plug it in, the whole screw assembly came out.
Oh God.
Like first song,
horrifying.
Bro. First song. Yeah. So I was like, all right, fixed it real quick, blah, 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 got it back in, you know, managed to save it, figured it out. The bass drum ends up breaking. Still the first show. We only did 4 songs,
Brutal.
Right? Yeah. So I immediately knew from my first show ever, like to expect the unexpected.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
If you're too brittle, you'll snap. You know, you have to have some flexibility
for sure.
We had a show. There's this thing that they do in Stuttgart, Arkansas. It's called it's like Duck Gumbo. It's a huge event, and we played at a bar with the band, and they hired us. It was like a 6-hour gig, and they were like, or maybe even longer. It might have been 8 hours, but they were like, "You'll play
a long time to play."
But they told us they're like, "All right, you can essentially DJ half of it and play live music for the other half."
Okay.
Well, so our idea was like, all right, well, we'll go and we'll DJ for like the first half. And so like, but 30 to 45 minutes in, we're playing some music. They were like, what are you guys doing? We're like, what are you talking about? Like, well, you gotta get up there and play. And we're like, well, I mean, yeah, for sure. Like we will, but like, we only have like 2
hours of work
or whatever. Yeah. And they're like, play them twice, 3, whatever. Like
what?
You have to play music the rest of the time. They're like, shit. All right. Well, of course we do it. And we end up getting down because like we run through our set entirely,
right?
Like even do some songs the second time, and we get down, we start DJing again, and like Cody Chobe, our buddy, likes to drink. He was getting
little slashed,
totally drunk. And we thought we were essentially going to be done. Like, all right, because again, we had this agreement, half and half, so we think we're done. We're going to DJ the rest of it.
Right.
She comes up again after 15
you
minutes.
You got to get back on there.
Pick it up there again. Like, we played all our songs twice. Like, we'll play them a third, and she's like, yeah. Well, Cody was sloshed at this point. Gets up there, he can't even stand. So I give him his bass. I was like, dude, I just need you to like pluck this string over and over again.
Just bloom, 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 bloom. That's all I need from you.
20 seconds into the first song, he crashes through the drum set.
No. Is there footage of this?
I hope so. Not that I know of. But so we set him up right. And that was like my really first taste of like, wow, like how things could go totally off track here.
Yeah.
They were not happy with us by the time we ended up getting out of that place. But like that was definitely like all right, you need to be prepared for anything and everything because like you just never know when it comes to like anything live, you know. Like
so. I always try to go by Murphy's Law on show day.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like
for sure.
Just go ahead and expect something to go wrong.
Exactly.
And you'll actually have a better show.
You won't be so worried about it when it does.
Exactly.
Like, because like if you try to like just micromanage every little thing, it's not going to work.
Right. And you're just going to stress yourself the hell out.
So like you got to have that ability to bend for sure. So like,
for sure.
And I feel like that's kind of a strong suit of mine anyway.
Yeah. Adaptability.
Adaptability. Like I like to improvise and I like to find solutions for things. So we got through it. And,
and now you got a great story.
It's a great story.
Yeah.
It's fine. We still, rib Job about it sometimes.
Right.
Of course, he don't give a shit.
He don't care.
He does not care at all. But it was definitely funny for sure. And a good time.
Cool. Yeah. I got one more question for you. What would you say was your most fun show you've ever done? The one where you were like, man, that was a fucking blast. Great. Even if it was like not.
I know the answer to this.
Okay.
We play. So, oh God bless. Complete. There's this band. Their name was Complete.
Okay.
And they are wild, man. They had this song. I don't know. So I think you may know the guys. There's a band called Queen Anne's Revenge.
Yeah, I fucking love them.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
Justin.
Yeah. So we were playing with our buddy Steven Taylor at the time was in the band. He was friends with those guys.
Yeah.
And they invited us out to this gig.
Yeah.
Vino's. And I love Vino's. It was like a goal of mine to play there.
Yeah.
Sort of a fairly legendary place in Little Rock to play music.
If you play around Arkansas, you want to play Vino's.
You want to play Vino's. I was so pumped about it. And like it went really well. To be clear, like it was awesome. But so he reached out to us. He's like, yeah, it's gonna be us. And there's this other band called Complete who the implication was that they were like sort of famous or like legendary. I don't know the story here. I've never heard of them.
Right.
They were wild, man. They had this song called Hoochie Coochie Land.
Okay.
It was like their hit. And I encourage everyone to look it up. Look this song
Check out Hoochie Coochie Land.
Hoochie Coochie Land.
By Complete.
Complete.
I'm gonna have to check it out myself.
I encourage it. I think that's the name of the song. If not, you won't have any trouble finding it.
Yeah, we'll find it.
They were wild.
We'll drop it in the episode.
Okay. Yes, please do.
Back, are y'all ready out there? All right, you say no? Well, how about this? We're going to take you on a little trip to a land called Hoogie Boogie Land. Hey, Sparky. Hey, Sparky! Yeah, man, what's up? Hey, man, you want to do us, the band, and all these people here a favor and take us on a trip to a magical land? Yeah, sure, man. Anytime. Let's go to Hoogie Boogie Land. Where you gonna go? They didn't hear you in the back. Hoogie Boogie Land. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, let's go.
Oh man, it was an experience for sure. But like seeing like Queens and Revenge, who is so good.
No, dude, I fucking love them.
So we got to open up at Vino's and then watch them play, and then Complete went up there and did their thing, and it was just like it was one of the first times I felt like oh man, like this is how people feel. Like I'm one of the acts up there. You know, Vino's has a good crowd. Yeah, like multiple acts, like Queen and Revenge.
From the stage at Vino's, it feels like you're famous.
Yes, it does. Yeah, absolutely. Like, especially because it was a huge, like, a packed house, man. Yeah. Like, really. Because Queen and Revenge, like, they draw in quite a crowd. They're, you know, a good regional band.
For sure.
So just, like, being part of that experience was so cool. Like, the gig went really well. It was just super fun. And to hang out afterwards, like, we hung out with the guys afterwards. Yeah. And it just, you know, like, it's just... I feel like as an outsider, like obviously a music fan, like it just always seems so fun, man. Like watching the musicians, like they're clearly having a blast, like, and they're just sort of on a pedestal,
right?
You know, and like I got just a small taste of that feeling. Like we're all drinking and people are coming up, and of course, I mean, to us, like, hey, yeah, you guys sound great, but they're really talking to the other guys, and that's fine, you know, but like just
but you were still there and part of it.
Part of it, man, was super cool, and that was just one of the few times that like it just really felt like, all right, like this is what this feels like, you know, like so that was super cool. And again, I really encourage people to check out this song because you got to put yourself in my mindset seeing this. They are something else, man. And again, Queen Anne's, I can't say nothing good things about those guys, and how just talented they were, and just super cool just being part of the whole thing. We also did a Battle of the Bands in El Dorado.
Okay,
really fun.
Yeah.
So there was like 10 acts there. That was when
Battle of the Bands are fun anyway.
Super fun.
Yeah. It's because there's just this like electric energy there, you know.
And I felt like we really held our own, which I was proud of. Like we got up there and rocked it, man. You know, we didn't win the thing, but like the guys who did were just crazy talented.
Nice.
Like, so there's no shame in losing,
right? You
know, and just to be,
it's fun to just participate, you know, to be honest.
Man, it really was.
I've been in probably, I'll say 4 or 5 Battle of the Bands, and every one of them, like whether you win or lose, it's just fun.
Good vibes, man.
To have like that competition element to it, you know?
Yeah, because like everyone's putting their best foot forward. Like, of course you want to win, but like it was good vibes. Like, you know, everyone was very generous and you know.
Yeah, I've never been to one that's mean spirited.
Right, exactly. Sure. Yeah. So just it's cool to have it's a genuine competition, but like everyone seems to be rooting for each other at the same time.
Yeah.
So like that's really cool. So those two stand out to me. Playing by myself, I did play a festival at
oh cool.
In El Dorado. It was like a city festival there. A buddy of ours, Caleb Berger, had set
I love Berger, bro. Hell yeah.
Yeah, great.
He's the one that introduced me to like a bunch of EDM. Like,
yes. Yeah.
Back when Bass Nectar was non-problematic.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
The good days. The good days.
For sure. So that was neat for sure. Like again, just being part of something bigger yourself, you know, was really cool.
When it's like a theme or an event.
Yeah.
Probably one of my favorite sets I've ever played was this thing the Low-Key Arts did called the Rock and Roll Buffet. So it was basically set up like a Battle of the Bands, but there was like no winner.
Okay.
But the way it worked is all the bands were set up in a giant circle. And like the second one stopped, the next one started.
I see, that's cool.
Like there's no in between time, no setup time. It was just like stop, start, and it was so cool, dude.
Yeah.
It was like one of the coolest things I've ever done because it was like you kind of like see the wheel coming at you, you know? Like you see that band, you're like, okay, it's coming. Okay, it's coming. And then like you don't know exactly when they're gonna end their set. So you're just like anxious.
And you're right. Like you're always most nervous.
Yeah. Right before. Yeah.
But then again, true. Like once it kicks in, man, like
and that was probably the best set that we've ever played.
Yeah.
Like we sounded great. The acoustics were great. We had our original drummer who was our producer so he like knew the songs in and out. He was doing shit on the drums that I never heard him do in my life, dude. It was fucking awesome.
And you know, like to that point, you know when you step off, like, man,
we fucking killed that shit,
dude. Yeah, like that just feels. And the opposite too. Sometimes I'll get off like, man, you know, not my best, but you move forward, whatever. And like that's fine. But like when everything just comes together, music, man, especially on stage, it's a drug.
At 100%.
Like 100%, nothing like it whatsoever. That perform, and some people are empowered by it. Some people may wilt under the pressure. Whatever.
Yeah.
But like, you don't know until you push yourself. Like, I encourage anyone to like, just go try, man. Try to, if it's not music, whatever, it could be anything, you know.
Just something creative, some creative outlet.
So put yourself out there.
Yeah.
You will learn more about yourself than you would ever anticipate.
Oh, yeah. Well, thanks for stopping by, man. I really appreciate it.
Absolutely. Had a blast.
He's got a gig tonight. This episode won't be out tonight, but still, when he comes back, check him out. Blake Anglin. I'll put all his socials and stuff, whatever you want me to do.
Yeah.
Put it in the bottom.
Any bar owners out there looking for some live music, my guy.
Check this guy out. Well, thanks again, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
And thank you guys for tuning in to another episode of This, That, and the Third. If you enjoyed our conversation, please give us a like and a subscribe. It's the free thing you can do to support us here at Sweet Pea, and it totally helps us to make more content for you guys. So thank you so much, and you guys have a great night. What are we at, babe? Perfect. That was perfect, dude. Hell yeah.
Love it.